So this is about the lockdowns in LA County. And a conservative group plans another protest outside the mayor's residence. So this thing has gotten to the point to where it's affecting not only people's mental health, but it's also affecting small business owners. I have been hearing and seeing on the news, and also people that are in neighborhoods that have startup businesses or they have small businesses, that they're in danger of their business closing permanently if they have another aggressive shutdown of the businesses. And so a lot of them lost, a lot of the business owners had lost a lot of money. The smaller business owners were greatly affected by the lockdowns. And so the reason for this is because this virus is really out of control, and there's a lot of the spreading of the virus. The hospitals are starting to fill up again in LA County. And so I mentioned this in a previous video, and so it has gotten crazy. I just today, Sunday, I went into the store. I believe it was Ralph's grocery store. I've been into Target. The tissue has pretty much flown off the shelves. People are targeting tissue and paper towels and things like that. The panic buying is starting all over again. It's almost like we're doing a repeat of what happened in the early March of the pandemic. So the second protest in 3 days outside of Mayor Eric Garcetti's official residence against the coronavirus-related restrictions is planned for Sunday by a conservative group called SaveCalifornia.com. So the group also conducted a protest outside of the Getty House on Friday night, billed as the curfew protest block party. So no more lockdowns is what some people are saying. So hundreds had gathered in Huntington Beach to protest the state's curfew as well. And so that one showed up on the news because people are, really done with these lockdowns. And I'm going to say this. I think that if it helps, it helps, but it hasn't really helped a great deal. It did slow it down, but now it's said to be even spreading faster. And it seems as though when they started relaxing the restrictions, it just started to spread more readily. I guess because I don't really believe that people were really, not every single person was really following the orders from the beginning when it started out. And so I knew this thing would spread and it would get out of control. And I think really the focus should be on the vaccine. That's my opinion. Um, it should be on the medicines to try to get people vaccinated so that this thing can be put to rest. Because even if you have large numbers of people who are trying to follow, which I do see a lot of people wearing masks, I see a lot of people washing hands, trying to be as cautious as possible, trying to step away from folks. But on the other hand, I also see people who don't wear masks, who don't care where they go, and they still do things like as if there's no pandemic. So having said that, you're going to have resistance. And so I feel like the better thing to do is to focus on the medication to try to get it out as soon as possible so we can put an end to all of this nightmare. So SaveCalifornia.com also organized protests Saturday night in Huntington Beach and San Clemente against the limited stay-at-home order issued by Governor Gavin Newsom, prohibiting all non-essential work movement and gatherings between 10 p.m. and 5 a.m. in the morning. So in the counties in most restrictive purple tier is what it's called, of the state's coronavirus monitoring system, including Los Angeles and Orange counties. So the group planned to gather outside of Garcetti's home for about from 3 to 5 p.m. on a Sunday, which was probably today, amid a surge in the new COVID-19 cases, which there are some new cases that are cropping up. So, Los Angeles County modified its health order Friday to impose more restrictions, most notably requiring restaurants, wineries, breweries, and non essential businesses to close between 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. in the morning and limiting outdoor gatherings to no more than about 15 people from a maximum of 3 households. And so this makes it really complicated because the holidays are vastly approaching and we're almost looking at Thanksgiving. And then after that, there's what is called the shopping days, Black Friday. Some people have already started kicking into gear with their shopping. So Garcetti issued a revised safer at home order, which is revised November the 6th, that requires city residents to stay home unless they are engaged in certain essential activities. So um, I'm just panning down here. When you hear me clicking, it's panning down, and there's all these different features. So I believe that was the article. There's a bunch of ads. So it's funny. I didn't know you can just do that. But anyway, and the ads start playing. But yeah, so that's what's happening here in Los Angeles County is they are starting to impose these restrictions. So I see like smaller business owners pretty much cringing at this whole issue because for them it's a struggle because they're not Amazon, they're not Walmart, they're not like bigger companies where they're shotgun companies where everything's there, everybody's buying everything like crazy from there. Like Amazon is so convenient, you can have drones dropping off your packages, or you can have, people, UPS or packages shipped to you um, at your door. There's also some of the other places that are getting on board with that whole idea where maybe you can order things and you can go to a pickup spot and pick up your packages. People are doing that. And so um, those places tend to be doing a lot better financially than the smaller businesses. Some of the smaller businesses are starting to get their businesses and migrate them online so that they can pick up customers in that fashion because they've lost business because of these lockdowns and restrictions and all of the song and dance that you have to do with the hand sanitizer and 6 feet of distance and you can't have that many people in your place of business. If you're not outdoors, then you can forget about it. It's going to be a risk, higher of a risk. So you have less people showing up to your place of business. And so that has been problematic for the smaller business owners, been losing money and losing business because of all of the fear of COVID. And I just really think they should, now that they have some prospective vaccines that have shown some great possibility, they should try to put a lot of their energies and focus into that so that they can get as many people vaccinated as possible so maybe we can possibly go back to some normalcy because this is not going to get any better before it gets worse is the way I'm looking at it. And I know there's going to be probably pushback. There's going to be issues with the medicines because historically there's some groups, ethnic groups that have had like nightmares having to do with medical studies and things like this. Primarily the Black um, community has had histories where they haven't been told the truth and they've been told, oh, we're going to give you this shot and used as lab rats or guinea pigs for something that didn't actually work or wasn't proven by the FDA to be officiated that it actually can cure you of something or at least give you some sense level of immunity. And so, two, the only thing that I think I might be leery about is that they kind of rushed this medicine. Um, But they did have trial periods. They had people that were trying the medication. So I believe Pfizer is one, and then Moderna, where one of them out of the two has showed a 95 percentile of uh, pretty much solidified that it was ready to be distributed to the population of people whom if whether you caught it or didn't catch it, that this is the one, this is the drug that will put to bed or put to rest this coronavirus thing. And I think they need to really put all their energy in all of that. Make sure they get as much as medicine out as they can. I believe it's different medicines, different protocols or whatever they have to put in place. But I believe one of the medications they were saying you have to take 2 doses. And so I know, like I said in the previous videos, even some local pharmacies have kind of alerted residents here in LA County that they will be getting the vaccine, and when they do, they are going to let people know where and when they can make appointments to go and get vaccinated. So I think they should really put their main focus on all of that to try to get people well so they can get back, safely to work and open these businesses up or keep them open, and that we can end all this nightmare. And then maybe that will put people's mind at some level of ease. So, but as long as we have these shutdowns, you are going to have people, not even just conservative people, just people in general that are like really worried about what about the livelihood of individuals? Because it's hard being confined for so long, and you can't be around your loved ones, you can't travel to certain places, the quality of life is altogether changed. I believe it's always going to be different because of what has happened already thus far, but I believe that some level of normalcy can come back once they start really putting their energy in the medications and trying to get people as well as possible. But this video is short, or maybe it isn't short, I don't know. But on the news, they were showing these protests in Huntington Beach and some of the other places, various places, where people are just like COVID-19 burned out. And so, having said that, I'm going to let this video go. I don't really know that this is going to get any better than it gets worse. I just heard, too, in LA County that they have had a rise of homicides as well. I guess 300 for the year, which is pretty high. And I know it has all to do with, there's a lot going on here. You had homelessness, you have joblessness, you have like people who maybe they have a job but their hours have been cut, their money is being cut short. There's uncertainty whether you're going to be well or you're going to be sick. If you're going to get sick from someone and not even know you're sick, or there's so much uncertainty, so much doubt. um, I feel like maybe the energy should be really put into trying to get as many people vaccinated and well as possible so that maybe they can put an end to this nightmare, because it's like being in the Twilight Zone and it never ends. That's what it feels like. But anyway, having said that, like, comment, subscribe, and thank you for listening.